Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Dr. Ishtiaq Hussain, Associate Professor, Department of Education and Psychology, CUST. Today, we will discuss about the course code EDU-583, Higher Education in Comparative Perspectives. The title of the discussion is Salient Features of Educational Policies and Implementation. In this session, we have three education policies proceeding of the Pakistan Education Conference 1947, National Commission on Education 1959, and New Education Policy 1970. Pakistan came into being in 1947. Soon after the creation of Pakistan, the first National Education Conference, which was held at Karachi from November 27 to December 1st, 1947. Quaid-e-Azam was the convener of this conference, and he provided the basic guidelines for future educational development. The Quaid said that there is no doubt that the future of our state will and must greatly depend upon the type of education we give to our children. It is usually said that education means preparation for life and maintenance for life. Education does not merely mean academic education. It means that we must provide technical and scientific education to our generation to build up our future economic life. He also said that we must and we should not forget that we have to compete with the world, which is moving very fast. After that, Fazlur Rahman, who was the education minister at that time, he delivered a very comprehensive speech. He gave three dimensions of education: spiritual, social, and vocational. When we combine these three domains, spiritual, social, and vocational, it becomes the aspects of education. Aspects of education include to recognize individual potential, to build confidence and self-esteem, explore the diversity, to develop problem-solving ability, patience, concentration, teamwork, and respect. And the last one is socialization. The main theme of the conference was free and compulsory education in Pakistan for both genders up to secondary level. Education should be teamed with Islamic values, emphasis on science and technical education. Unfortunately, this policy could not be implemented properly due to various reasons, including increased number of immigrants and other administrative problems of newborn country, and British colonial system was continued. The second one was Report of National Commission on Education 1959. Mr. Muhammad Sharif was the Education Secretary. This commission is also called Sharif Report. The commission was inaugurated by the President of Pakistan, General Muhammad Ayub Khan, on January 5, 1959. The President stressed the need for reorganization and reorientation of the existing educational system and evolve a national system which would better reflect our spiritual, moral, and cultural values. The President asks the Commission to suggest measures for making the best possible use of its resources, and resources were human and the national wealth. He also asked the Commission, while framing the proposals, you should keep in mind the limited resources of the country. In my personal view, it was the strongest suggestion given by the General Muhammad Ayub Khan because majority of our policies fail because when we do not keep in mind the sources and the resources of our country. The Commission gave the recommendations. The first recommendation was character building. Education should inculcate the basic six pillars in the personality of the students. The first one is trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. And all of these can be filled in a child only through proper education. Producing students with good grades is not enough for helping them and lead a fruitful life. The second, the second recommendation of the Commission was compulsory primary education, or you can say free primary education, universal primary education. It refers to the enrollment of all school age children in primary school. That should be 100%. If I say we faced and we are facing this problem till now, we have a number of children out of school. There are many reasons behind this, but majority of our school of children, you can say they are out of school. The first one is poverty, illiteracy of the parents, harsh attitude of the teachers, schools in far-flung areas. These are the major reasons. The second recommendation of the Commission was focus on science and technical education. It was recommended in this report that young students with exciting material and experiences motivates them to learn and pursue the sciences throughout school. Teaching technological literacy, critical thinking, and problem solving through science education gives students the skills and knowledge they need to succeed in school and their practical lives. The next recommendation of the Commission was equal expansion of boys and girls education. The Commission recommended that both genders should be given equal opportunities to get education. Our society is male dominated and we do not give the equal opportunities to female. Gender equality is very important at nowadays because women have to deserve and equal things as same as the men, such as education, rights, and many more. Women also can get a good education, and women also have a power to change the world for giving an opinion and sharing what they feel about something. The next recommendation given by the Commission was national language as medium of instruction. The Commission recommended that once Urdu is declared as the national language to be adopted as a medium of instruction at all levels of education, we should follow it. Unfortunately, we are not able to do so far as the other recommendations. Three-year degree program. After the creation of Pakistan, it was 2 years degree program, but according to the Commission report, it was proposed 3 years. At now, we have adopted BS programs instead of 2 years or 3 years degree program. Eradication of illiteracy or elimination of illiteracy. Lifelong learning starts with these 6 ways to make an impact. The first one is know the facts, listen to first person experiences, support organizations reaching at risk populations, donate books, volunteer in your own community, celebrate literacy in your own life. Establishment of University Grants Commission. The Commission recommended the UGC, and after passing 15 years, the dream came into the reality. In 1974, UGC was established. Combination of internal 25 and external 75 evaluation in examination system. The Commission recommended 25% internal marks, you can say practical marks, and 75% external marks. They are considered the theoretical marks in the examination system. Up to now, we are following the same pattern to some extent. Unfortunately, the recommendations of the Commission could not be implemented due to the limited resources and weak position of the country. The next one is New Education Policy 1970. The President Agha Muhammad Yahya Khan announced that government would lay greater emphasis on the social sector and would attach high priority to the educational problems. A set of proposals of a new education policy were formulated. The received proposals were reviewed by the committee of the cabinet. The new education policy was finally adopted by the cabinet on March 26, 1970. This policy is also called Noor Khan Report. Salient features of this policy were emphasis on ideological orientation. Ideological describes political, cultural, and religious beliefs. Ideology is homogeneous and is a thought, and you can say collection of thoughts and founded by a thinker. As Pakistan is an ideological state and our system of education should be based on its ideological foundation. The second feature of this policy was decentralization of educational administration. Decentralization means the process of transferring decision-making powers, responsibilities, and tasks from higher to lower organizational level. The main purpose of the decentralization is to enhance democracy in decision making, to promote the effectiveness of the organization. And the third feature of this policy was eradication of illiteracy and formation of national education units. There were and there are many reasons for the low literacy rate in Pakistan, such as poverty, population expansion, Vadera system, low allocation of budget for education, male-dominated society, and lack of school in rural areas. Even now, poverty is the biggest disadvantage and the largest resistance in the development of a country. According to this policy, national units were constituted to cope with this issue. The next one is emphasis on science and technical education, or you can say technology education. Science education is much more than fact-based knowledge. Science education becomes meaningless if the learners are unable to relate it with their lives. It is thus recommended that Pakistan, like many other countries worldwide, should adopt Science Technology Science Society (STS) approach for delivery of science education. The purpose of STS approach lies in developing scientifically literate citizens who can make conscious decisions about the socio-scientific issues that impact their lives. According to STS, means Science Technology Society approach, four areas need to be focused. The first one is examination system. We should revise our examination system, make it more fair. The second one is science textbooks. We should revise the curriculum of science textbooks and incorporate new things, innovation in the curriculum. The third one is science teacher education programs. We should revise the teacher training program of the science teachers. And the fourth one is available resources and school facilities. We should use the maximum resources those are available in our schools. Unfortunately, this policy was also not implemented, mainly due to the war with India and collapse of the military government.